Hey there, and welcome back to another adrenaline-packed episode. Prepare yourself for the most jaw-dropping car crashes and near misses that will leave you speechless. From daring drivers flirting with disaster to those unexpected moments that catch everyone by surprise, these clips show just how unpredictable the road can be. Buckle up, stay alert, and join us as we dive into these incredible stories of driving gone wrong. Let's get it on then! Watch as this Nissan GTR learns the hard way that reckless driving comes with serious consequences. That must have been one nerve-wracking ride with that jolt. Hopefully the driver learned their lesson. How slow do you have to be to drive right into the headlights of a vehicle directly and clearly in front of you? It's pretty clear who's at fault here, but what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. The driver made the risky decision to ignore the lane meant for oncoming traffic, leading to a head-on collision with the recorder's car. The sheer force that slammed the recorder's car the other way. It's a stark reminder that disregarding road rules can have serious consequences. This next clip comes from India, where a kid on a bicycle narrowly dodges getting run over by a bus. Let's crash rewind this. He got a second chance at life. Well, if I was that kid, I would be a saint. This drunk driver crashed head-on into a cop car. Talk about committing 2 felonies in one go. It's a sobering reminder of the risks our law enforcement officers face every day. This cop put their life on the line to keep our roads safe and hold reckless drivers accountable. Fortunately, no one was seriously injured in this incident. These 2 drivers chose to go full medieval joust with a head-on collision. Bam! That's certainly one way to wake up the neighborhood in the early morning. This one is bound to make me think twice before hitting the road. The sheer impact of that head-on collision looks absolutely devastating. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured, and the damage was only material. This biker loses control and crashes straight into the recorder's car. Let's crash rewind this. Good God, that impact looked jarring. It's surely terrifying to watch. Just imagine the fear for those involved. Fortunately, no one was seriously injured. This train couldn't avoid crashing into the reckless truck driver who decided it was better to cross the tracks rather than wait for the train to pass. Oh dear, imagine being the train engineer, helplessly watching as you're forced to crash into the truck. This motorcycle rider just T-boned and landed right into the pickup truck. What a scene! Not sure if it's a blessing or a curse, but now he can take the biker directly to the hospital. There's no chance of refusal this time.
Man, I'm dead.
That black car skidded and slammed right into the pole. What a devastating impact. Seeing that car skid and crash into the pole really highlights the dangers of losing control on the road. The impact was truly devastating and serves as a sobering reminder of how quickly things can go wrong. Watch as this car flips, rolls over, and crashes head-on into the recorder's car. I can't even imagine being in this situation and seeing that 1,000-pound machine flipping and heading straight for you. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured. Oh dear, this one is truly nerve-wracking. The bike came out of nowhere and slammed right into the recorder's car. Check out these multiple angles. Thankfully, everyone involved was not seriously injured. This happened so fast that it's hard to determine who's at fault. What do you guys think? Comment below. Watch as this rear-end crash is captured from a dramatic, perfect angle. Observing the driver, it's almost as if his subconscious was doing the driving. He didn't even seem fazed until the last moment. It's clear this driver has declared war on the road fences. What could have driven them to such recklessness? Maybe they mistook the fences for a series of elaborate obstacle courses. Regardless of the reason, damaging fences is never a good idea. They're there for our safety, and they haven't done anything to deserve this kind of treatment. Another fence incident, this time from China. It seems the driver dozed off, perhaps hoping that divine intervention would steer them to their destination. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of driving while drowsy. Talk about a double whammy. It looks like this dump truck took backing up to a whole new level, reversing right into a pole and sending it crashing onto another car. This could have gone totally wrong if the pole had crashed into a car with passengers inside. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured, just a bit of a bill for the state to cover the repairs. Another head-on crash adds to the record books as this driver decides to ram straight into the recorder's car. It's sometimes hard to comprehend that such drivers exist, but they do. This incident serves as a stark reminder to stay extra vigilant on the road. Watch as this road rage incident turns chaotic. The car crashes into the motorcycle rider and then escalates into a physical assault. This chaotic road rage incident is a powerful reminder of how quickly anger can escalate into dangerous and harmful actions. Well guys, stay calm and cool-headed on the road. The heavy tanker truck crashes straight into the barrier. Oh dear! This could have turned really bad. It's safe to give props to the state for those guardrails, as they significantly minimize the crash damage. This van loses control and rolls over, flipping upside down in a dramatic, heart-stopping moment. Luckily, the driver managed to get out of the car, though the van certainly took some damage. Thankfully, this was the best outcome given the circumstances. Imagine seeing these gigantic machines barreling towards each other. It's like something straight out of a scene from Mad Max. Not having the skill to drive these massive machines can lead to outcomes that turn very bad, highlighting the importance of proper training and caution on the road. This moped driver just got rear-ended by the camera. It's as if neither the recorder's car nor the moped driver had any situational awareness. That's definitely going to leave a mark for the moped driver. It's surprising that she looks so shocked, especially since she didn't even check either side. Who do you think's at fault here? Comment below. This box truck just got obliterated between those big rigs. Oh dear, that looks absolutely jarring. That driver must be shaken. It's sheer luck that no one was seriously injured. Can you believe that, especially after witnessing the impact? Oh god, that T-bone looks brutal. The speeding driver in that black car sent the other truck spinning around with it. Fortunately, the incident didn't cause any serious injuries, but the damage to the vehicles and the dust cloud looked intense. Oh dear, the way that guy dodged the black car is unbelievable. It's as if his spidey sense was tingling. Let's crash rewind this. It's almost as if he saw the black car coming and thought, not today. Talk about some superhero level reflexes. Another close encounter. Watch as these kids narrowly avoid getting hit by the bus. Oh dear, that was a heart stopper. That could have turned really bad. Thankfully, no one was seriously hurt. This Audi decided to pull a reckless overtake maneuver and got sandwiched between two cars. Talk about being impatient. This shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone who pulls reckless maneuvers like this. Rushing to go nowhere only to end up ruining everyone's night shows a sheer disregard for everyone's safety. That rear-end collision looked nasty. The way the recorder's car came speeding in and slammed right into the other vehicle. Oh my! That crash could have been completely avoided if the recorder's car wasn't speeding and the other car hadn't made such a wild turn. Well, would you look at that? A FedEx truck flipped over by the wind! Who knew Mother Nature could deliver a package of chaos like that?
Not again.
Why don't we install wind absorbers to convert that movement into energy? Then we'd have less to worry about in situations like this. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured, though I can't say the same for the packages. This Jeep slams head-on into the semi and bursts into flames. What a dramatic and fiery spectacle. Let's crash rewind this. What a relief to know that despite the dramatic crash and fiery explosion, everyone involved survived. It's like a high-octane action scene where the heroes walk away unscathed. But thankfully, this one had a fortunate outcome. Looks like these bikers had a bit of a two-wheel tango and ended up crashing into each other. Luckily, it's just a minor mishap. Definitely a case of, oops, I didn't see you there and you didn't see me. This driver decided to make a sudden turn to avoid paying the toll, resulting in a T-bone crash. Looks like their plan to save a few bucks backfired big time. Talk about paying the price. Watch this multi-car crash unfold. That car triggered a dramatic chain reaction, sending the recorder's vehicle spinning and flipping into a pit of obliteration. The chain reaction and the recorder's vehicle spinning into oblivion highlight the critical importance of cautious driving and maintaining awareness at all times. Here's another classic case of rushing to go nowhere. It's amazing how a little impatience can cause so much chaos. It's a comical yet sobering reminder that sometimes taking your time is the best way to avoid turning a simple drive into a major disaster. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and bam! Sleeping or dozing off in a car rarely ends well. Guys, if you're feeling drowsy, don't get behind the wheel. It's an invitation for disaster and can lead to outcomes we all want to avoid. Talk about a catastrophic delivery. Watch this truck go wild as it drives recklessly and loses its load, which then comes crashing down and obliterates a car. When things go wrong, they really go wrong. Thank God no one was in the car. It was empty. It's sheer luck that no one got injured in such a dramatic incident. Talk about a heist gone hilariously wrong. These robbers decided to go for a heist, not realizing the driver wasn't in the mood for any funny business. The driver slammed right into them, dragging their car along for the ride until they made a dramatic getaway. This incident is a stark reminder of how quickly things can spiral out of control. It highlights the unpredictability of such situations and how staying calm and acting decisively can sometimes turn the tables in unexpected ways. Watch out! Grandpa on the bicycle decided to go for a reckless turn, and it triggered a rear-end collision with the recorder's car by another vehicle. Safe to say, the grumpy grandpa on the bicycle was the cause of all this mayhem, and I'm betting he won't be taking the blame. What do you guys think? Comment below. Well, it's time to take a break from the chaotic and unpredictable public road crashes and shift your attention to some thrilling, deliberate derby slide crashes. Get ready for a controlled burst of excitement.
Yeah, boy.
Wow, check out this truck flipping off a snow ramp. That's some jaw-dropping stunt work right there. The way it defies gravity and lands is nothing short of incredible. Check this out. Oh my God, that's absolutely wild. This car is pulling off some insane stoppies and reverse stoppies. And wait for it, it's doing some mind-blowing donuts, where it spins its rear wheels in a 360-degree circle non-stop. The level of control and skill here is just off the charts. Watch this incredible stunt. This daredevil drives his car straight through a wall, defying gravity in the most jaw-dropping way. The car bursts through, does a donut on the wall, and then lands back intact. The sheer audacity and precision are absolutely mind-blowing. Watch as these drivers blaze through a sea of cones with pinpoint precision, then unleashes a flawless drift. The way the car glides sideways, tires screeching, is pure adrenaline. Talk about turning the pavement into a playground. Oh boy, here we go. That monster truck is revving up for a jaw-dropping stunt. Watch as it charges toward the ramp and goes airborne. This is going to be epic. It's a beast of a machine, defying gravity as it soars through the air. Hold on to your seats for this one. Watch as the stunt buggy hits the ramp, and in a heartbeat, it's flipping 180 degrees in midair. The precision, the sheer control, it's like the buggy is dancing with the wind and makes a perfect landing. How did they even pull this off? Oh dear, this is unreal. That monster truck just got torn in half, split right down the middle. Look at the sheer destruction. This machine has been completely wrecked. It's like watching a giant beast being taken down in an instant. This monster truck just took flight. I'm talking full airborne. You can feel the crowd's excitement as this gigantic beast defies gravity. The sheer power and size of this machine make it a sight to behold. The stunt car speeds up the ramp, and just as it takes off, pyros explode in a blaze of glory. The car soars through the air like a rocket, but then, bam! It crashes head-on into the wall. That looked intense. That segment was nothing short of thrilling, a real jaw-dropper that had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. But now let's shift gears and head back to the chaotic world of public road crashes. Watch as these two truck drivers engage in a reckless game of road rage, leading one to crash while the other speeds off without a second thought. Looks like the instigator didn't expect anyone to capture the whole thing on camera. Fortunately, no one was seriously injured in this chaotic scene. What seems like a simple van-moped crash takes a dramatic turn when the SWAT team jumps out of the truck and swoops in to apprehend the moped driver.
Very nice.
Talk about a plot twist. Who knew traffic accidents could come with such dramatic twists? Buckle up, you never know what might happen next. What a nightmare! Watch as this lost tire sends the camera flipping through the air. It's wild how a stray tire on the highway can send a car flipping like that. It's one of those things you wouldn't believe unless you saw it on camera. Man, the dude in the white tank had his foot and arm run over, and he was just inches away from a serious head injury. It's clear that in collisions, cars often overpower the human body. Probably a physics thing. This Lotus rear ends and scoops up a taxi. Talk about entitlement, ruining someone's day who is just trying to earn a living. That's one way to turn a regular commute into a chaotic scene and dragging attention. I don't think I feel much sorry for the Lotus than the poor taxi driver trying to make ends meet. Watch as this reckless driver T-bones an ambulance, all while glued to his phone. Looks like the ambulance has picked up an unexpected patient now. While the ambulance was indeed running through a red light on an emergency call, the reckless driver was distracted by his phone. It's a tough call. What do you think? Who's at fault here? Comment below. This driver blows through a red light, slamming into a pedestrian. The amazing part? The pedestrian brushes it off and gets back up unharmed. Honestly, that driver needs to be arrested. Remember folks, keep your eyes on the road and respect those red lights. It's a wise lesson to learn from this video. Don't make the same mistakes this driver did. Live TV takes a turn as this reporter gets hit by a car while on air.
Water main breaks.
hit by a car, but I'm okay. I just got hit by a car, but I'm okay, Tim.
That's the first for you on
okay.
TV, Tori.
Woo! We're all good. I'm okay. Yeah, you know, that's live TV for you. It's all good. I actually got hit by a car in college, too, just like that.
Wow.
I am so glad I'm okay.
Yeah.
You're okay. You're okay. We're all good. This is, oh, you know what? It's, one more
That's a
day.
close call you
We're
won't
good,
forget.
Tim.
Watch as this driver narrowly escapes a head-on collision with a semi, all while navigating through treacherous snowy conditions.
What the hell are you doing? No! No! No!
Gotta give props to the recorder's car for dodging the unthinkable and to the guardrails for their crucial role. This motorcyclist, in a high-speed frenzy, loses control and goes flying into a full-on ragdoll tumble.
But oh my gosh!
The sheer force of the crash is something to be reckoned with. Fortunately, this motorcyclist walked away from this harrowing tumble with just a few bumps and bruises. But let's be real, this high-speed escapade was a recipe for disaster. Coming from Los Angeles, watch as this truck flips over dramatically. Astonishingly, the driver survived being tossed around by this massive machine. Can't say if he survived a migraine from the incident, though. When snow and fog turn the road into a whiteout, it's a no-brainer to ease off the gas. Talk about a traffic nightmare. Fortunately, this pileup didn't result in any serious injuries, making it a reminder that despite the chaos, things could have been much worse. That misty windshield turned a nighttime drive into a crash catastrophe for the recorder's car. Absolutely. Don't let a few minutes of cleaning your windshield turn into a major disaster. Proper visibility is key. This impulsive child darted onto the road, forcing both a truck and a car to swerve and collide head-on in their attempt to avoid the near-tragic accident. The driver's skilled maneuvering narrowly avoided a disaster, though significant material damage was inevitable. As for the kid, let's just say he's probably in for a serious grounding. A blind U-turn without checking the road is practically an invitation for a crash.
Oh my god. You fucking...
What was the driver thinking? Hoping that by sliding through traffic, everyone would just magically stop? I'm pretty sure this biker aimed to join our crash carnage segment but missed the mark. His unpolished stunt takes a nosedive into chaos. It might not be a wise move to encourage him to try again, under the same unpolished conditions of course, so he can make it to our segment. Just remember, it's crucial to prioritize safety for everyone on the road. Guess where these two cars decided to spend their night? In a ditch. Oh dear. Well, looks like these two cars wanted a little late-night adventure in the ditch. Guess the night's still young for them. Watch as this biker lands straight into the pickup truck. Talk about a speedy delivery. If all crashes were this fast, we'd have service down to a science. Thankfully, both parties emerge relatively unscathed, but it's a stark reminder of the importance of staying alert and cautious. This driver's reckless street racing ends with a dramatic crash straight into a parking area. I doubt there'll be a winner anytime soon for this one. It's a stark reminder that pushing limits on the road can lead to dangerous outcomes for everyone involved. Oh no, this is a tough one to watch. A funeral car getting caught up in a crash. Thankfully, the passenger in the funeral car had already departed this world, so no need for a second round. Seriously though, it's a sobering reminder to drive safely, no matter the circumstances. Watch as this hydroplane situation goes from bad to worse. The driver skids out of control and crashes hard. Talk about a close call. Those barriers did their job and kept the driver safe. It's a miracle that the outcome wasn't even more catastrophic. A real nail-biter, but thankfully this was as good as it could get under the circumstances. What exactly is going on here? It looks like the truck is giving the taxi a little push to help it reach its destination. Could it be that the taxi ran out of gas? Regardless of what's happening, this is definitely a scene you don't see every day. In fact, I'd consider it a once-in-a-lifetime moment. Yikes! This camera loses control and slams right into a ditch. It looks like the camera misjudged the road, and with the adverse conditions adding to the chaos, thankfully no one was seriously injured. Jeez, that rear-end collision looks brutal and impactful. Hopefully, the driver of the black SUV gets held accountable for running the light and causing that mayhem. That could have been deadly, but fortunately everyone made it out safe. Watch as another incident of hydroplaning leads to a devastating crash. Let's crash rewind this. That looks terrifying. When water on the road causes a vehicle to lose traction, it can lead to devastating crashes. What was the driver doing? The motorcyclists were fully equipped with safety gear, including reflective clothing and helmets. It's not unreasonable to question the car driver's competence, especially when their first reaction is to inspect their car instead of checking on others involved. That's a clear sign of irresponsibility. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured. Now, would you look at this? We've got another red light runner on our hands. Why do I feel like there should be a hall of fame for stupidity for drivers like this? Is it really that hard to understand traffic lights? It's not like red means go and green means stop, or have I been following it wrong all along? Surely that can't be the case. This Kia driver overspeeds and crashes with this truck at the intersection. Let's crash rewind this. Oh my, it's solely the fault of that Kia driver. He ruined it for everyone. Thankfully, no one was seriously hurt. Well, what's the old pops doing outside when it sure looks like a military curfew? I guess some folks just have a knack for picking the worst times to take a stroll. Imagine the old man insisting on filing an insurance claim against the military for the damage. Look at that crash! Oh my, that van driver is as lucky as anyone could get. His heart must have been in his mouth for the next few moments. This is the best outcome anyone could have hoped for from an accident like this. Fortunately, no one was seriously injured. Watch as these kids decide to perform a reckless stunt with their Tesla. There's nothing cool or epic about this. I'm pretty sure this isn't even their car. It's probably their dad's. Thankfully, this stunt, more a foolish act than anything else, didn't turn out worse. This truck driver almost loses control while navigating a snowy, slippery road as the vehicle skids on its way. Oh my! I don't think there's anyone else to blame in this incident besides nature itself. Watch as this driverless bus crashes head-on into another bus with a driver. The driver barely manages to escape this harrowing situation. Can't tell if the driverless bus was looking for a driver and this was its way of making an approach. Luckily, no one was injured in this incident. If you enjoyed these wild rides, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more thrilling content. Which moment had you on the edge of your seat? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay safe on the roads. We'll catch you in the next one.